I have like 0 viewers tonight. I have no idea if anybody's even poking around tonight, but I figure for posterity. Oh, we got Joe's in here. Oh, and a video game wrap up, which means
Hey, Joe.
yep. So we got our two usuals. We got our two
Kind of
usuals.
short notice tonight, guys. Sorry, it's been
it's all
been
good.
busy. Yeah.
It's all good thing. Yeah, I figured we don't want. I don't like to go 2 straight weeks without checking in with everybody. And said the wrestling world's been buzzing with a lot of stuff here. And you said we might as well chit chat and kind of figure out what's up. So
Yeah. Let's do let's do what's in the news, and then we'll catch up on the game project here in a bit. A few more people drop in a while, and then probably be an early night for you. But let's check in, man. Speaking of news, it's not really wrestling related, man. Kimbo Slice.
oh, I just heard that this afternoon. I think that news broke on something like that. Or when did you? Because you posted it. I actually found it out from you.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yep,
I found out just.
Because I've been taking a bit of a Twitter hiatus. There's too much anger right now on social media, and I think that the Twitter break has been kind of nice for me. So I've been trying to just kind of chill out a little bit and just kind of
I've been thinking. I've been thinking of actually just politely informing some of my American friends on Facebook that I love them to death, but they'll be blocked until after the election.
Well, so for me, I just kind of I'm a little slow hearing about all the news, and when you posted that, I was. Although I did actually check in. I think Dave Meltzer posted that he was in rough shape. That it might be that he might be in really bad shape, and I didn't realize that it was like death's door kind of stuff.
I didn't know he was sick or anything either. In fact, all I heard was that he had passed away with no other details. And like I mentioned on Facebook, I just thought, oh man, is this yet another freaking accidental prescription drug overdose? It seems to be the #1 cause of death lately.
What
man.
What did they figure out? What finally was the cause? Have they announced anything?
I haven't found anything yet. If they announced anything, I haven't seen it. So maybe if anybody in our chat room knows any details.
Because I knew they said what I had heard. I mean, again, I don't want to start spreading stuff, but I think I've heard this in a couple of reputable sites that he had actually been on like a heart transplant list or something along those lines. So he sounds like he probably had a pretty bad heart condition or something along those lines. And
okay. Well, maybe Yeah, video game wrap up is kind of joking, joking in the chat room about me not voting for Trump, and then I'm Canadian, man. I'm not allowed to vote in your election, that's too bad.
I mean, the thing is, the more that we go along, the more that I'm not even convinced he's going to make it to the ballot. Something tells me there's going to be shenanigans afoot. Oh, look! I've reached some kind of symbiosis. Look, if you check out your stream right now, Dave, the opponents are all equally upset with me, and they're like in this nice little symbiotic dance. I want to see how long this goes.
Oh man, too funny.
All right, I'm gonna move out of it. Let's see if we can get these guys. There we go. Okay, that's better.
Oh, look at that, eh?
Yeah, they were just kind of nice little rhythm there. No, I said something. I don't know. I smell not a rat, but something tells me that he's not going to get to the ballot. I think, and what's so frustrating is because you're going to have people upset either way. I think you've got a Republican like base that are like all about Trump. They're like want the change. They don't care. They're willing to burn the whole thing down if it means reform, which I can at least understand that. And that if that's only what it was about, I could say okay, sure. But there's a lot of other things going on there. Oh my God! I just hit a triple nut shot. Wait till you see that one. They were all in perfect sync.
Nice, but a lot of the Republican base is very anti-Trump still,
well, that's
right?
the thing. You also have the Republican, what I would call the Republican establishment. Do you like that one? The Republican establishment that knows he's going to get creamed. And something tells me somebody like a Mitt Romney, who is a moderate, because I think anybody else could come in and clean Hillary's clock, fairly or unfairly. I just think she's really, really unpopular. You have two candidates right now that both have highly unfavorables. Like Hillary's only at like 42% favorable, and Trump's at like 31% favorable. Like you don't even have like 50% likable at any point in this election.
So do you think Bernie goes independent if he doesn't get the nomination?
No, because everybody and there's been a fairly popular post being circulated around that's basically saying, "Dear Bernie Bros, yeah, I was once like you and I voted for Ralph Nader, and look what that got us."
Yeah.
And I am guilty. I voted for Nader too. I bought into it hook, line, and sinker that both candidates are it's the lesser of two, or they're both evil, and the lesser of two evils is still evil, and all this crap. And sure enough, we got George. And so I think not that things would have been drastically different if Al Gore was president, but I'm not so sure. It just wanted like Cheney would have gotten out of would not have been in the vice president's office. That would have been enough, but.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think it could get more dramatic. I mean, I had assumed, from what I've heard anyway, that Trump is pretty much the presumptive nominee for
and it's hard to argue because, like I said, he won it fair and square. He did all the votes like he was supposed to, and he did all that stuff. But there's just a whole lot of people that are going to be really upset if he's going to be on that ballot, and so I don't know, man. I don't know.
But a lot of people will be really upset if he gets screwed out of the ballot, and I think I can't imagine a tantrum the likes of which Trump would throw if he got screwed out of the general. If he got screwed out.
Something also tells me that he never really wanted to, it never wanted to get this far, and something's going to quote unquote happen, like an assassination attempt, an illness. Something is going to get him to where he dude, I can't run. This is ridiculous. So I don't know. I apologize, people. I know this is not what you come here to watch, but
it's kind of he was at WrestleMania. It's kind of wrestling.
That's right. It's kind of wrestling related.
We're talking about Hall of Famers. That's all.
So the big buzz this week has been, not this week, but like the past couple of weeks. Have you seen the big controversial match from New Japan? The Ricochet Will Ospreay match.
No, I have heard.
It's well worth going out of your way to see.
Tell me why, because I don't know anything about it. I've just heard it.
Oh, just heard about it. Okay. It depends on what side of the fence you are on. There are some people that says this is the match of the year. Mm-hmm. There are some people that say this is the single match that single-handedly demonstrates how wrestling is dead.
Really?
Yes,
boy.
It's literally to that extreme, and you've got tons of fans, wrestling journalists, and then old school and new school wrestlers that have all been weighing in on this thing. And it's been fascinating because the spectrum has been pretty violent top to bottom, and everybody's got a case. The gist of the match is that it's one of these, if I'm going to use the term, like a flippy shit, highly choreographed piece of performance art.
Okay.
More so than a wrestling match it would be the argument. The other side is they're doing shit I have never seen before, and the degree to which they're nailing it, the athleticism, the timing, and the creativity are insane. Like, it's really, really set. Now, there's a lot of people that said they wrestled the same match in Dallas at WrestleMania weekend, and which also got a lot of buzz, but it was also because it's the New Japan Best of the Juniors. There's extra eyes and extra focus on it. And New Japan was brilliant, and they posted the match in its entirety on YouTube for free. So there's been some, so everybody got to see it. And so for me, I kind of float somewhere in between. Stone Cold had a really good take on it.
What did he say?
basically what I just said. Athleticism off the charts, unbelievable match. I enjoyed it tremendously. I watched it 3 times back to back. However, it's not really my cup of tea.
So it's just really, it's just maybe an emerging style of wrestling.
I wouldn't call it emergent. You've seen. I mean, it's lucha is probably would be the most biggest parallel, but the stuff they're doing I've never seen before. And they've got an opening sequence that kind of got gift up, and that's what a lot of people are kind of basing their opinions on, which is why a lot of people are kind of upset. Is like, well, a lot of these people are weighing in, but they haven't seen it. Like Vader was one of the first vocal ones that are like, guys, for the love of God, slow down, sell a little bit. And then you have people just firing back because he takes it as a personal insult. When he wasn't. He was just like, look, I am no way taking away from the athleticism, any of that kind of stuff. So,
well, now I have to watch it.
Yeah, it's just go to YouTube. It's in fact, I actually thought about playing it on here, but I thought that might violate Twitch terms of service. Although, doesn't YouTube own? No, Facebook owns Twitch. Yeah, so that's probably a violation of the terms of service. I was going to play it here tonight on the Twitch stream, and then get your reaction. But well, as I say, maybe to better ask forgiveness than I can pop it up here if you want to see it.
Sure. I mean, Joe's looking for a link in chat, but I mean, if you got one handy,
let's see. Well, no,
because we don't just so everybody knows a quick Pro Wrestling X actual update. We don't have a new build to show you guys tonight. We are in the middle of implementing the weapons, and Robert pretty much has weapons working well. We're just he's just the very last part of, and it sounds kind of boring, but it's actually important detail. When you drop the weapon, he's just testing various ways to drop the weapon so it lands properly.
Dave, I just totally fell asleep hearing you describe that.
Sorry. I know, right? No worries. Just dropping the weapon. Robert's trying to test what we're going to use or actually integrate physics for the first time and experiment with weapons hitting the ground using physics, or use an animation that we already had done to drop the weapon. So, ooh, yeah, that's the exciting development stuff.
New Japan may have pulled the link. Nuts. They went private with it. Those jerkwads. I mean, you can. I'll bet if you look hard enough, you can find it. But it's a phenomenal match. It really is. It's well worth going out of your way to go take a look at it. It really is.
I find it.
So that was the big controversy, and I was kind of curious what. Like I said, we're mostly pretty good wrestling marks in this room, but at the same time, a lot of us are kind of old school, and some of us are, maybe not digging that kind of style. I thought there are times where things are clearly overly rehearsed, but the cleverness and the creativity of the spots alone, again, it's the same thing that the beef everybody has with the Young Bucks, because again, they don't. I mean, a lot of the stuff they do is just, it's not even remotely real or anything like that. But the spots are so clever that you know what, I'm in. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I like creativity, right? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with rehearsing something that can't be improvised. You know what I mean? Like if it's something that actually requires, that you work it out to perform it cleanly and correctly.
So I think you could call it. I don't think you can necessarily call it a wrestling match per se. I really do think it's more performance than, Stan Hansen versus Vader. It ain't. You know what I mean? Like it's. There's no calling it out in the ring. You can tell they've done everything 1,000 times, in rehearsal. So
it's a live action stunt show, pretty much. A fight scene.
We've got Alex Van Dam is asking some very good questions here in chat, so we should probably stay on topic there too.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go down the list. When is 1.0 going to come out? Are we close? Yeah, we're actually weapons, cage match, and then a round of polish, and then we've got the Kickstarter 1.0. And that's kind of our first major milestone to get that sucker. And yeah, we're not terribly far off. If we got weapons working this week, it'll be off to get in the cage match.
Yeah, cage land.
the cage is already modeled and ready to go. We're going to need some more animations, but they're not terribly intricate ones, just for climbing and getting on and off the cage and a few cage-specific attacks. And then we're done the Kickstarter promises. But we're kind of having sort of an internal kind of debate about what we're defining as 1.0, because there's 1.0 as far as Kickstarter is concerned, you know what I mean, that milestone. But we still want to stay in early access on Steam until we make the game considerably bigger. We don't think that the Kickstarter game that we promised is you know, what's the word I'm looking for, Erica? It's not a game we think is big enough to warrant leaving early access.
Well, now they say I come on the other side, so I'm the wrong person to have an opinion on that, because I think Kickstarter 1.0 is 1.0. That's all the same. Well, we've talked about that. That's not news to you. For me, or at least I was very confused early on that I didn't myself understand what Kickstarter 1.0 meant, or like what 1.0 meant either. I was kind of, like I said, along for the ride. For me, I think this game, it's a tough call, because
it's just,
you're trying to make the game worth $10. So where it's like, it's beyond, is it worth, calling it a complete game? I think I have $10 worth of fun every time I play this game.
Well, and I agree with you in terms of at least the core mechanics of the game. I think we were talking about just in terms of content, we wanted more than 2 wrestlers, to leave early access, and we're working towards that. I think something that needs to be kind of, brought to everyone's attention is that I finally came to the realization that a lot of people are assuming that when we call it 1.0 and leave early access, we're done. And that's not the case at all. We plan to keep updating just like we are in early access, and Pro Wrestling X is always going to be updating and expanding well past what you might consider 1.0, right? Like, we're not going to stop at 1.0 and then just leave it and try to build, the next game, quote unquote, over the next couple of years. We plan to keep expanding on Pro Wrestling X. So I think that's where there was some confusion with people thinking that once we leave early access with 1.0 that we're done, and absolutely not. That's why we think, we can leave early access before we get a ton of match types, before we get story mode and stuff like that, because we're going to be adding them afterwards anyway.
We have to say hi to Culligan. Culligan has made an appearance, and he's got some good insight here. We got some more.
Oh.
The chat's going fast and furious.
Sweet. Alex Van Dam, he wants a scaffold match so he can taunt on the top and drop a swanton. Yeah, I can't wait.
We do. Oh, my
I can't
God.
wait to send people flying off that scaffold, man. That'll be damn awesome. In the future, will you allow us to fight in the crowd? Absolutely. People have already kind of hacked the game to do that.
Which is, Culligan has he's mentioned that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, we want to actually polish it up a bit, so when you get into the crowd, the crowd actually, responds and reacts appropriately to people being in there fighting, Absolutely want to do that. Colgan's telling everybody how to do it. That's awesome.
Go up the ramp and walk through the curtain to the back. Then go left or right while sticking to the stage, and you'll be able to walk down into the crowd. Ooh, there is only one way to figure that out.
Oops.
I might have to go one player versus one player here.
Colgan makes a point. You talked about what you would consider good enough to leave early access. Oh, I accidentally answered that. Interesting. Talking about leaving access, he said you underestimate, Eric, how petty and childish Steam users can be.
Okay. No, I respect that. I totally do. I get that.
It's funny. Maybe I just got lucky, but I find the Steam community, at least the one we have, to be pretty damn awesome.
And we used to have that kind of a community that would really lay into us. But ever since we've actually released a game, they've been, I don't want to say quieter, but You know,
Well, ever since it became, ever since it became a lot more difficult to accuse us of,
scamming people,
being
living on our
scammed.
private island.
Yeah, that it was a hoax. You can't quite call Pro Wrestling X a hoax anymore. So, the community has been pretty good to us on Steam, I thought. But I've definitely read stories, boy, some horror stories of other game developers doing things, with the best of intentions and incurring the wrath of the Steam community instead, And I definitely want to avoid that. Nobody wants to piss off a community.
Trying to see if I can get back to the curtain, and I haven't been able to quite figure out how to do it just here yet.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to have to give this guy a pile driver first. All right. Brainbuster. Go up the ramp and walk through the curtain to the back. See, I can't quite do that. Let me see if I can throw this guy.
That's cool.
Let's see if I can try to run into the room. I wonder if, okay, and then go left or right while sticking to the stage and be able to walk down into the crowd. I have not been able to get this to work yet because I can't get. Okay, that's all right.
Colgan says launching our game with just the Kickstarter 1.0 goals will get us destroyed in reviews from Steam users being childish and entitled, and I think if we aren't careful with expectations, people might drop.
That's fair. I get it. I said I totally get it. I said and that's why but it's like I let that go because like for me it's like everybody else in the crew kind of raised the same point, and so I was like, all right, I can respect that. I gotta respect the, I gotta respect that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, even in early access, we'll get people giving us, negative reviews because even though we're in early access at $9.99, they destroy us for not having online multiplayer, career mode, and all this other stuff.
No, and that's exactly like I said. I'm speaking just for my own. Just for me, I have $10 worth of fun with this game currently, with the screenshot mode especially. Without that, I think you definitely have an argument that there's not much to this game. But for me, I have all kinds of fun with the screenshot mode, as anybody who's been watching our Twitch broadcast can tell you.
I'm getting it. That's so weird that grapple attempt that the edit is doing.
Yeah, you think he's getting a little stuck.
Yeah. Boom. Interesting.
Well, like I said,
wants to know. Somebody wants to know when titles are coming. We probably won't do wrestling belt titles until there's at least a very basic kind of championship mode, where it's at least like Revenge, where you face 10 guys and win a belt or something, So until there's a reason to win something, we probably won't introduce belts, just even as props. We'll probably wait until they actually have a purpose in the game,
See, when I try to bounce off the ropes, he goes into the ring. This is interesting. Because I'm trying to do the trick that Culligan is saying, and I can't. Sorry, gang. This is probably really, really fascinating stream stuff here, but yeah, I can't seem to get to like bounce off the. I can only Irish whip him in there. I can't see if I can't get back behind that curtain.
Joe's mentioning that, like you said, New Japan seems to have lock that match, so it's not free. They must have
I wonder. Like I said, I wonder if they just kind of said, you know what, you got a week for free, gang. Thanks a lot. There's going to be some mirrors out there. People have copied it now that they just went private with it. Like I said, I thought it was kind of a genius move. All right, I'm going to give him.
Well, everybody's talking about it. I even read an interview with Seth Rollins, and he mentioned that match was one of the few things he watched recently outside of Raw, because he'd heard so much buzz about it.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, I think it's interesting is that it's kind of has gotten the the wrestling world kind of a buzz. It was kind of, like I said, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat to see that. Wow, that's a cool shot right there.
That needs to be in a trailer. Just that camera scooping down the.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. I know that's a different subject altogether, but because I want to stab at that too. Oh, look at that shot right there. Let me see if I can do it a little bit farther forward. But yeah, so I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to see kind of what everybody else's take was on that. And like I said, you got them all over the board, and I think it's just kind of neat to see how the individual reactions were, all that kind of stuff. Oh, Robert must have fixed it. I reported that about a month ago. Okay, okay, this is the maybe it's not the bleeding edge build.
You know, that's why. You're right. I remember Robert saying something now about, apologizing for being a buzzkill, but he had to fix it so you couldn't go through the curtain.
Ah, okay. Okay, no, okay. Well, I wanted to make sure. I actually was going to say that. I was like, I wonder if Robert actually has repaired it.
Yeah, I believe so, man.
Well, it's okay. Sorry, guys. Well, hopefully fighting in the crowd soon.
Yep. I can't wait to, like you said, you want to do that over-the-top rope, flying move into somebody outside and send them tumbling over the barrier into the crowd,
Oh, that looks like it hurts. Oh, that looks like it hurts.
Hey, I got something to ask you about.
Hit me.
Because I haven't seen it yet. What's all this buzz about the Hardys contract signing video?
That would be two of us that haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
I heard something. I'm hoping that that will.
And it just got posted to chat.
Ah, okay.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know when Matt Hardy started going to the same hairdresser as Gene Simmons.
Okay, so maybe I need to. Is this video? Okay, it is video. I'm playing this as I'm watching.
Yeah,
what's going on with his hair?
I know. He looks like he's got Gene Simmons' helmet head, man.
What is going on here? Okay, you're getting my reaction for the very first time. I have never seen this before.
Yeah, I'm not listening to it. I'm just watching the video. My headset's falling apart. Sorry for the noise on my end.
What in the blue hell is this?
Don't know. Now I see a girl with a baby. Oh, somebody doesn't go Snitsky. Oh yeah, here we go.
No, don't spoil it. You're ahead of me.
Okay, sorry.
What's going on with this camera work? Okay, there's the baby.
Any wrestling video that includes the commentary, there's the baby. You know it's going to be a good one.
What the fuck? I mean, I'm sorry. What the hell?
Woo! Oh, that was not, yeah, that was not cool.
Matt Hardy looks like he ate Matt Hardy.
Yeah. She got a new, like, Charlie Manson.
We got slow-mo! Well, at least the table broke.
I know, right?
Oh my god, I let the match go. I'm sorry, guys. I should be...
Okay. So this is pretty much the polar opposite of the New Japan video we were talking about. Okay, that's cool.
What the hell? Is he like a mutant now with the hair? He's got like a storm thing going on. Oh, thank you so much, chat. That was fantastic. There's more to the director's cut. Oh, dear Lord. I'm saving the link for later. There's no way I'm going to put anybody else through that tonight to have me like listen to that. Oh, my God. Maybe it's better with like the volume off. Director's cut. Oh, my God. It's 5 minutes long. What is this? Something out of the White Castle of Fear? You know, where WCW used to make those little mini movies?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Midget?
Yeah.
And they had like lasers shooting out of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Chat, I both love and hate you. Who posted that? Was that Joe?
It was Joe.
It was Joe. Joe, you big jerk. Thanks a lot. Now I'm going to have nightmares. I'm going to have, like, Matt Hardy in his, like, storm hair. Like, you know, think he's going to change the weather on me or something. What the hell? Oh, God, that director's cut. Oh, see. Oh, I'm going to have to. Oh, God. Uh-oh, am I stuck? Oh, no. I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there we go.
Weird. Weird.
Wow, I am not turning that on. I've got it in a tab, and I can see it loading in the background, and I am not. This is like WCW all over again.
Yeah, you gotta watch this.
Wow.
At least they rented some drone cameras for it.
I was just gonna say that looks like pretty fancy. God.
Yeah.
It's like, it reminds me of, you know what, they probably could have, like, paid their crew. Although they probably didn't pay anybody on this crew. Let's be honest. Like, they told them, "Oh yeah, it's going to get these viral hits and go viral and you know, make all this money in advertising." And no. Oh man, that is exactly what I needed tonight, gang. Wow, that's really funny.
They just morphed into.
Well, you know, and like I said, I've always been a Hardy backer. Like, I root for TNA. Yeah. I really want them to do well. I really do. And then when they're pulling White Castle of Fear kind of stuff like this, oh boy, oh boy. Just think that someday we're going to be able to recreate this in Pro Wrestling X. We're going to be able to do like contract signings.
Oh boy.
Oh, and somebody's saying a Hornswoggle under the ring Easter egg. That I have long been an advocate for minis in Pro Wrestling X.
Oh yeah.
I've been begging for it. I know it's at the bottom of the list, but it's at near the top of one of mine. At least some kind of a hack to just shrink the guy or something. You know,
something just really something, you know, completely tasteless and offensive, so we can add like pinball physics to the mini wrestling.
Well, and you get that in the scaffold match. It's just gonna be all shoot. Oh God, what the hell's wrong with me? Well, Hornswoggle could be in our game now. He's free of the Titan.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
Oh. He's resting under the name Swoggle now or something.
Yeah, I just saw a brief screen capture. Matthew from Botchamania posted that it was a screen capture of him versus Danzig in CZW, and I was like, oh Jesus, excuse me, Jesus. If we're gonna go there. We've got to figure out a way how to pull off a Jesus lever in Pro Wrestling X too. Some kind of a lever that lowers the cage, and just some guy comes on and goes, Jesus! Oh, man. I'm loopy
I totally
tonight.
agree, man.
I'm loopy tonight. I'm sorry. I'm completely losing my marbles.
You
now, the other thing that's been interesting, not to totally go ADD on you, but did you see the list made by Cody Rhodes? Did you see this?
You know, I saw so many parodies.
You probably saw a few parodies of it.
Yeah.
But it's been fun because he's starting to check the list off. He's going to be appearing at Best of Los Angeles. He's taking on Mike Bennett. He's taken on a few other ones. So I'm happy for him. I mean, Cody sounds like shit. He's more over now with me now than he ever was in the dub. You know.
Well, I liked his his little resignation letter to the fans. I thought it was really.
It seemed kind of bitter. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and
yeah.
But I said I'm. It seems to me that Cody might be a bigger, like if he's kind of recognizing, you know, again some of those names that he wasn't allowed to wrestle. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat to be able to see him get to do that. I hope he doesn't need the cash. I hope he was saving his pennies all these years and been employed by Vince for a number of years, and if he can go out there and satisfy himself creatively, God, I'm all for it. And like I said, I'll bet he wrestles great matches with these guys, and I'll bet you always kind of think of Cody as kind of like a lower mid card kind of a guy, but it'll be really interesting to see if he's given 20 minutes for a match.
Yeah,
what he's allowed to do. So I'm happy for him. And again, I thought the checklist was kind of a neat touch. I thought that was kind of a cool thing to do.
Yeah, I think it's cool, man.
So you're right, but you're right. The parodies have been started. I saw Young Bucks had one that just said "super kick" 80 times, and that was pretty funny. And then I think PWG just tweeted out that picture with the big red X on the Ebola, Best of Los Angeles. So I still wish one of those guys would actually like fight in a bigger arena.
Yeah.
Because their tickets are impossible to get. Not that I'm ever in that neck of the woods, but it would be kind of cool to be able to go to something like that as a little pilgrimage. But it's impossible to get tickets for.
Yeah.
And I've never actually been to LA before.
I got lost in LA once when we went to E3 like 100 years ago. That was a little scary.
Oh yeah. Oh, my screenshot mode is not working right now.
Man, you gotta watch this director's cut, buddy. It's
Really?
wow, just wow. Well, you know what? It's getting attention, so there you go.
Well, as I say, you really can't fault them. Oh dear, I have done something very bad to this game. Okay, let's resume that. Okay.
One of the comments on the Jeff on the Hardy video, I think, sums it up nicely. So Jeff is off the drugs and Matt's doing them now.
I just think first off, if you're going to go into a table, like you do the pedestal table. I mean, those are not. Right? Those are really like, that's some delicate shit right there. That's you got to have as somebody who just bought a dining room table. Stupid IKEA. Those Swedish jerks. They got me for so much money this weekend. Oh, why do they design things so well?
I don't know, but IKEA to me is right up there with dollar stores in terms of my own personal hell.
Really?
I can't handle IKEA.
Oh God, I could live in that store. I really could. I could just set up shop in one of those little 400 square foot apartment simulators that they got and just live there. All day during the store. I don't care if people just bug me. I would just sit there laying on my couch and just turn it on the TV and like, move, you're in front of the television. Yes, it's that, hey, cool. I just got interference after the match ended. Ooh,
well, that's interesting.
I want to see. Oh, he's coming out there and he's beating. Whoa, check this out. Come on, do something, dude.
All right. I'm seeing the 3 count.
Who is that guy? He looks like Rusev. Which guy is that?
I'm just seeing the interference.
Do you recognize this guy as he's coming in? I have to see which character this is.
I'm not sure I recognize him from the placeholders. Interesting. This actually reminds me, Robert, when you're watching this Twitch replay, this actually reminds me that I'd like to actually be able to do something like Fire Pro did, which allowed you to do a post-match kind of beatdown. It gave you like just another minute of extra time where your opponent, if you beat him, obviously, would not fight back. He was just a punch bag.
Who the hell was that guy?
I don't know. That's kind of cool, though.
What the hell? Because I'm flipping through the characters, and he's not in here.
Interesting.
Have we discovered a mystery character by accident?
In our own game? You might have.
He's closest to this guy. Who the hell was that?
I don't see him. I just saw you scroll through, and
yeah, I have absolutely no. Now I'm dying to know. He kind of looks like this guy.
Looks
but
like
this
he's
guy's
got
bald.
the new hairstyle too. Interesting. Yeah. What the hell?
Wow. That's if anybody's got any insight on that.
Too funny. We're finding Easter eggs in our own games, man.
This is I don't think it was anything that Robert left in. That is so bizarre. Wow. Okay. Well, cool. All right. Fun. Love it.
Alex asked, are we looking for a storyline that is solid or branches out? We're actually looking at 2 different things. This is obviously ways off. A career mode that's dynamic, depending on what you do affects, what's the next matches are. And we're also looking at an actual separate, story mode that is actually, heavily written.
Yeah, you've got a finite beginning and an end.
You got a story, yeah. Like an actual story arc, So again, we're not even there yet, but we'd like to do them both ways. Boom.
Dude, I'm completely intrigued by this mystery character. We have to mark the timestamp on it. That was like at the 30, maybe 37-minute mark, something like that.
Interference after the match.
Interference after the match by a character that's not in our game. It shows like the game is haunted. It's like, yeah, I'm starting to think we got weirdo crowd members in here. Good Lord. I mean, Lord only knows. Boom. Nailed him.
I like it when you find stuff, like.
Well, see, I told you I said everybody laughs, but I have so much fun playing this game week in and week out. That's why I don't even I don't even sweat like doing a Twitch, because normally we're like, we don't have anything, we're not, we got nothing to talk about tonight, and it's like, no, it's my chance to go play the game. I have fun with it. I'm not quite to like Nav, levels of playing.
Yeah, he puts in the hours, man. Yeah.
I still can't strong grapple after I pick the guy up. That's something that's got to get fixed. See if you like when you're in the game next time you play it. See if you have trouble picking him up and then like trying to launch into a strong grapple.
Yeah, okay.
Because I have a definite delay. Okay, so this is one of our guys. He's got some interference coming in here. He's about ready to get his ass whooped.
All right.
But,
man, I think one of my favorite little mark-out moments, we've all played No Mercy, and I think I had No Mercy for 5 or 6 years before, and I played it inside and out, every branch of every story mode and everything, unlocked everything, and I thought I knew every inch of that game, and then one day I let the credits play all the way through to the end. And then it unlocked this cool little sequence of Mankind walking down the hallway, and then he turns around and says, "Have a nice day." Damn, that's cool.
So the screenshot mode is completely broken. All of a sudden, these are things we got to figure out, though. I said I gotta.
Yeah, that's when we stop adding new stuff and go back and.
Well, and that's kind of where we're getting down towards that moment now, where things are gonna have to start working pretty close to. Although, like I said, I still have a blast with this. I might have to just restart. I'm gonna quit the game and restart it, and see if that does it. Yes, and then I'll relaunch here. Do. And you're gonna hear the music again because it's for some reason that just keeps.
Yeah. We're getting close to. You said you wanted to.
Yeah, I gotta make it an early night tonight. We had some tragedy stuff that some drunk fucking really awesome whole pile of light sign like they were riding down a road, and I kind of wanted to see at least what the scoop was with the news conference I guess they were having. So So I hate to make it I can just put this on a 4-way for a little bit and go take a little break, and you can keep interacting with the fans. I can do that and just take a little 10-minute break and find out what the update is on the news. I can do that.
Well, I actually promised my daughter here something, so I'm going to have to boogie here shortly too. But
well, do you want to just call it an early night then?
Yeah, I guess, man. And then hopefully by the next Tuesday we'll have some kendo stick carnage.
Well, what's kind of nice too is this didn't even really dawn on me, but now that Mr. Wrestling 5 is not able to do any Twitch broadcasts with us, there's absolutely nothing that says we can't join in earlier if you're able to get in earlier.
You know what? I never realized that without worrying about the West Coast time zone now. Yeah, screw that guy.
Yeah, so we could easily just start firing up at a more sensible hour. And just if we give everybody a nice heads up, I thought that might be kind of fun.
That's cool, because you and I often hook up at all times of the day.
Yep.
So if we can ever carve out something, we should do that, man. It seems like people are cool with us giving short notice on social media when we're going to do it. So yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, maybe, who knows? Because I know Robert's going to be dropping an update any day now. So
well, I hope so. That could be something. Could be something. So All right, for right now, gang, we're going to call it a very short Twitch broadcast. Thanks, as always, for coming and hanging out with us. As usual, ProWrestlingX.com, at ProWrestlingX on Twitter, Facebook.com/ProWrestlingX. We're on all them our things. And then, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, too, so that, like I said, you can get alerted when we go live for things, and yeah, keep on staying tuned, gang. Like I said, and then we've also got an email list that goes out every Friday. We give you an update of the game. So
you betcha. Yeah. So thanks everybody, man, for hanging out with us here for a little bit this Tuesday. Last week we were off, so hopefully next time we see you, we got some new stuff to show and share as we're working towards our little Kickstarter 1.0. Thanks for all the awesome questions. Enjoy chatting with you guys. And yeah, we should be back, knock on wood, next week, Tuesday, or even sooner. Even sooner, maybe. So you never know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, guys. Have a good night, y'all.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.